He definitely ain't throw it.
Oh no, Kyrie walking away when he phoned it on the way out. Kyrie like, yo, y'all owe me for all the suspensions, the COVID.
What the hell?
NBA owe me.
Perfect.
What's good, y'all? It's your man DJ Playboy back with another episode of the Perfect Talk Podcast, and I'm in the building with my dog, my partner, the birthday boy himself, Spec. What's good, brother?
Not much, man. Another year on this earth.
Happy birthday,
Glad
man.
to be here.
It's a blessing, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But let's get right into it. Before we do, though, I got to remind y'all, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hop in the comments if you like what you see, and tell a friend because we love it when you share what we do over here.
Let us know what you think, people.
Please. And we're going to respond, too. You know what I mean? If you hate on us, we hating right back.
Let's believe.
Let's get right into Plicker's Spotlight Story. Every week we find a big story, we find a little story, but you know what I mean? We going to shine some light on it here at Perfect Talk Podcast, and everybody's talking about, bro, Elon, the takeover of the government. You got people walking out with boxes in their hands.
Doge team.
It's really disrespectful, man, if you really think about it, because it's they said about, this is according to Fox Business, estimate about 100,000 federal workers have already been laid off or accepted the deferred buyout offered by the Trump administration. Approximately 75,000 workers who agreed to the deferred buyout are supposed to be paid through September. So right now their impact on the labor market will be delayed, but eventually it will have an impact on the labor market. And about 25,000 federal workers have been laid off or put on administrative leave, with a layoff likely to follow.
Crazy.
Yeah, no, I think what this article was leaning towards what they said, but like that many people just coming into the workforce that is not necessarily in a need for that many workers is going to get a little weird with certain things. I'm also nervous because it's Elon Musk doing it as opposed to maybe Donald Trump. We know it's his initiative, but it feels like Elon Musk would be the person that everyone's pointing their fingers at. I feel like other billionaires, if they were looking for ways to cut costs in their companies and they were like going to lean away from layoffs because of public perception, well, now they're like, yo, you hear about layoffs every day. Why don't I lay off some people in my company to do that? Whereas opposed, I don't know if they would have necessarily done it as, you know, everybody, it's like a copycat. Everybody trends a certain way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now that we're watching on the news and half of people have compassion or they've been directly affected by it. Another half are kind of like a little bit like callous to it. It didn't help that Elon and Trump said they might be giving back $5,000 checks within the next 2 years of the money saved from Doge. So anyone that might have been on the fence is like, yo, give me that bread. You know, especially if it doesn't directly affect them. But you do see how it affects people.
Oh, for sure. I mean, and when it comes to layoffs, I mean, just from a pure business perspective, I mean, layoffs are good for your bottom line. We're just talking business. We're not talking about the effect that it may have on the employees and stuff like that. So, you know, it's one of those things where, depending on how it all pans out, you know, if they're successful, you know, it'll show. You don't need as much, I guess. I don't want to say people in the workforce because we need people to work, but
trim the fat.
Trim the fat, yeah. Big time.
And I've worked for companies where they've just had people with positions that were kind of just for show. Like, you know, they didn't really do any work. Or it was multiple positions that could have been done by
one person.
Less people. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But and also, I don't know if you have this, but I kind of always had that stereotype of government employees to not necessarily be like, I don't want to say they're not doing anything, but it's not the hardest job. It's a job that a lot of people do because of the benefits, but it doesn't seem like, it seems kind of cushy.
It can be, depending on the role.
What you're doing, yeah. And I'm assuming the higher up that you get, the better the benefits, the more cushy it gets. But I did know that to be a stereotype, and I don't know if that's what Elon Musk is kind of feeding off of in terms of his callousness to like just lay off these people. He's like, you're not doing anything anyway, or...
I mean, that's how he handles his own businesses too, so...
Yeah.
I mean, he don't really have no sympathy for that piece. Like, you know, okay, how it affects people once they get laid off. He's just looking at the bottom line.
A CEO isn't really necessarily going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because why? Why would they? You know what I mean? What are they necessarily gaining by doing that? It's like that compassion is, you don't become a billionaire by being that compassionate.
Yeah,
you know what
true.
I'm saying? But like to send people out the emails, you saw the email where it said, basically tell us what you have accomplished within the last week. And then the second email going out is basically tell us 5 things you've accomplished in the last week moving forward. And for him to say, well, this is something that we did just to see if people had a pulse, just to see if it wasn't just numbers getting a paycheck, is wild. Because even if like your own supervisor were to send you that email, I'd be like, what the f*** are you? Like, what do you mean? Like, so to have an outsider come in and not part of your agency, doesn't necessarily know who's necessary, who's not, to really be coming in and being like, well, what did you do? And then, I don't know, something about that just disrespectful as a question.
No, it is. It's disrespectful. It's very impersonal. It's everything.
Like, fam, I showed up. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, we're at a place with like the economy where we have to look at what could be done, right? Because we're in a deficit. And I think that's where the disconnect happens. I think Elon Musk is making a good point. Like, we can't keep going on in the same path. It's not necessarily his point, but it's like we're in a deficit as a country. If there can be ways to do things that can save money, let's go about it. But it's a really weird kind of messaging when the same guy doing it is making memes or reposting memes on his social media platform that are callous to the people that are getting laid, or kind of like, I don't care. Or when employees step down from Doge this week, he responds with, well, they're basically Democrat layovers. And it's like, what does their political party have to do with them wanting to do their job? But that's where I think it gets shaky.
Right.
And you have an administration that really doesn't care how the perception is. They're going to move like that. I've seen protests at Tesla.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What are they protesting at Tesla about?
They're protesting Elon Musk is they're protesting Doge. They go into his business to do it. So they're going to like different Tesla dealerships, which I don't think is going to make any difference. But just to get the media attention, I guess, to let him know. But he doesn't care.
Right.
It's not what he's thinking about. I don't know necessarily what Elon's motivation is in this. It's not money. I don't believe it is, and it's got to be power, right? It's got to be.
I don't know. He's a weird guy.
1,000%. Smart guy.
It's very smart.
Smart guy, but super weird. You know how I knew something was funny though? Like, so Donald Trump stops aid to South Africa. Says that it's because white farmers are having their land taken away as a response to, the hundreds and hundreds of years of apartheid that have occurred there. Kind of like a reparation, so to speak. I don't even think the white farmers there are that mad. I'm sure there's some, but it's not like a huge voice of people outcrying. But why would Trump care about that? That's where Elon's from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that to me is power. That's what Elon wants. That type of influence, like the things that I have an interest in are going to get taken care of.
Well, yeah, because they're only going to be in office for 4 years. Mm-hmm. So, he's obviously
only working for Doge for 2, I believe, right? They said that as a non-government employee.
Yeah, that's for 2 years. Yeah. So, within that 2 years, you want to set things up to benefit you and your people
and your businesses
once you come out. So that's all this is really about.
Yeah, and if he's using Doge for that purpose, as well as to stop people who would regulate his businesses or to take out people that were going to do contracts with his competition, obviously this is something that needs to be looked into and taken care of. It's just, who's going to look into it? Like all the Congress people that were loud before, I haven't been hearing nothing from them. It's been real quiet. Anytime Democrats come out, it seems unserious. It really don't. It's I don't know.
Our whole political system is just a
messed
joke
up right now. it makes as much sense as like this video. Did you see the one where Donald Trump is making the press conference with Elon Musk and his son is in there?
Yep.
Or democracy. Prices from one year to the next are the same, and they're partnership with the agency heads and.
He can't even act like he didn't hear him because he responds. He kind of leans in every time he talks.
Be signing a very important deal today. It's Doge, and I'm going to ask Elon to tell you a little bit about it.
Prices from one year to the next are the same, and they do complain. And the force that's complained the loudest and the fastest part of the presidency is to restore democracy. To restore democracy.
Yo, you ever had a little kid just messing with you like that and you can't do nothing about it?
You want to kick that?
Yo, he's going hard. Tell him to shut his mouth. That's it makes as much sense as that, bro. Like the fact that we got his kid in there acting the damn fool, talking to Trump. Like I said, I'm not one of those people who are just blanketly upset at Doge. possibly could work out and not benefit.
I'm not upset again. Like I said, 2 weeks ago, this is what the people voted for. Yeah. So hey, whatever.
There's a way to go about it too. That's not callous.
Maybe, but this is what it is. This is what it is. I mean, again, we should have known this. So
you signed up for it, people.
It's hard to be mad when you knew what you was doing.
What it do, y'all? It's your man DJ Playboy. Just interrupting real quick, man. I really appreciate you watching this episode of the Perfect Talk Podcast. But if you're watching on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. You got to run them numbers up so I could keep running it up. Also, if you're listening to the audio version on the podcast, make sure you leave a review. Let them know how much you love the podcast and, subscribe to the thing. And if you really, really want to support the team, go to www.perfecttalkpodcast.com. Get yourself a t-shirt, get yourself a sticker. You could even get yourself a mug, man. The possibilities are endless. And the prices are low. Holla at us, baby. Let's get it. Spec, we're going to move on now to one of my favorite segments that we got here. Like you said, we haven't spoken about 2 weeks, so we're going to kick it over to Since We Spoke. When me and Spec don't get a chance to kick it, a lot of things happen in those times, man. The news cycle goes very fast, and I got to see how he felt about some of the things that happened since we spoke. We got to talk Super Bowl halftime, bro. We got to talk. Hold on, let me get it up, actually. No, play it in the back.
Oh, we didn't. Oh, I think it was Super Bowl Sunday
last time we met up. Yep. So we never got to react about Kendrick's show. The game was whack. Obviously, it was a blowout. But I
don't even remember the game.
Like there was a game around that. Well, just a couple of things I want to. A lot of people have spoken about the halftime show since, but I don't know. What was your just initial reaction when you saw it?
I liked it. I mean,
cool halftime show.
Kendrick he closed the casket.
Yeah.
Like for sure. Like game over. Like,
Now, do you think he gave too much attention to Drake?
No, that's what at the end of the day, that's what people wanted to see. Like Kendrick Lamar is performing at this Super Bowl in New Orleans because of his battle with Drake. Yeah. Like at the end of the day. And so he had such a great year last year because of the battle.
Yeah.
So to me, I mean, give the people what they want to see.
Why not victory lap? Yeah, I would have been very disappointed if he didn't.
If he didn't do it at all,
the teasers were. I like the teasers too because it led up to it. Some people, like I said, one of the criticisms of it was he gave too much attention. He kind of like did the whole thing around it. Euphoria played for like half a verse. I'm not against all of it. His jeans, I'm not a fan of. I don't necessarily know what he was going for with that, but I'm not a fashionista. Like I'm sure people respected it way more than I did. But
that's how these people dressing nowadays.
Yeah. I see Karl Anthony Towns rocking full bell bottoms.
I see him like with the Pele jacket.
Yeah. Did a girl dress him? Like what?
I seen him still. What the hell he got on?
Nah, they wilding with that, man. But to each his own. I'm not one of them. Not to get on a tangent. I'm not one of them fashion guys who just
no.
Let me try that. But because I think Kevin Hart might have did something like similar like that at the All-Star game.
Yeah, I mean them big jeans are in. I'm good. Ain't my thing.
No, but it didn't take away from Kendrick's performance. Everything was cool. I don't believe what you say. The A is for A minor. He knew what he was doing with the double entendre with that. Don't tell me.
I didn't know. I didn't recognize that at first. I seen the A.
It's the PG Lang A. So he gets to play it off on the. I was just representing the. But your thing is called PG Lang, and the A is the the logo. Like, come on, like. I get what he was going for there because it gives him an out. You know what I mean? But yeah, I respected that. Samuel L. Jackson was a good touch. SZA was cool. Now some people had the song selection they didn't like necessarily because it was kind of slow at a point. I think he does like Man at the Garden at a certain point. But I'm like, no set list is going to be perfect.
Right.
And it's also the Super Bowl where you're performing for so many people. You're never going to have 100% satisfaction.
Right.
An artist like Kendrick Lamar is an enigma because he's one of the biggest artists, but he's also, for some reason, not popular. If that makes sense. Like, people have heard of him.
Yeah, it's because of the content that, he, his music content is, it's that conscious music. And so at the end of the day, that's not, that music will never, I'm not going to say never, but historically, that music is not what makes you popular.
Yeah. And it actually doesn't, I guess maybe successful is the wrong word, but it's not the top of the charts, that type of music typically. Right. So to have an artist like Kendrick Lamar who has one of the biggest tours, who has the numbers to back up his catalog, it's a weird enigma that'd be like, oh, but he's a conscious artist, and like you said, that type of content doesn't necessarily relate to some people. But definitely visually, it was dope.
Yep.
I like the performance. Like I said, I like that he closed it out with the Not Like Us. Now, how did you feel about Serena popping up? Because Stephen A. Smith had made some comments basically saying he would be weird. It would be weird for him to have his girlfriend or wife dancing on the grave of her ex. It seems as if she's still caught up on that, or that is something that still bothers her. I don't necessarily subscribe to that, but she put herself in that position because of the song that she crip walked to. Like, if she wanted to crip walk and really get out there, looks somebody playing it outside right now. That's crazy. But she could have, like, that's how big that song is. She could have danced to Squabble Up. She could have crip walked to any other one, but she wanted to do the one Not Like Us. She's in the song, mentioned in the song. She obviously has some type of issues with Drake. Drake's disrespected her current husband. I don't see nothing against it.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly hear what Stephen A's saying, and on the surface level, I mean, I would kind of agree. But with that said, I still don't have a problem with it. In the perfect world, like if that's my wife, right, she would have moved on, and she probably has moved on. She has moved on. But obviously, like, I think Drake may still talk about it from time to time and things of that nature. So, I don't really care.
And Kendrick brought it up. Kendrick mentions her in the song. Better not bring up Serena, you know what I mean? So it made sense. I see where Stephen A's coming from, and obviously the backlash he's got was like, well, you're not married, so how are you even making this comment? But it's just like, I get where he's going. You don't want to, but if your girl said she wanted to do that, as a man, I think you would try to be not insecure in that moment. Like,
yeah. As long as her husband is cool with it, I don't, no big deal.
Yeah, Bill, he made
no harm, no foul.
He ain't tripping. You know what I mean? He supports his woman, whatever she want to do. I didn't think that if it would have been like she wants to be in a music video,
right.
Yeah, I'm like, you're doing Super Bowl now. Yeah. She's like, it's a once in a lifetime. She's hyped as one of the biggest athletes in the world to just be a part of the Super Bowl. I wish they would have showed her for longer.
Right. Like, it was so quick.
Yeah, but that's another thing, too, because of that type of show that Kendrick had, you couldn't show everything. It was probably best enjoyed at home than probably in the stadium because of the way the camera was working with it. But, like, the breath control that he had, I heard people giving props to that. Even so, to the point, well, I didn't know that there was some dude running it around with a Palestinian flag. I didn't see none of that during the thing. You didn't hear about that? One of the dances that he had kind of went rogue. And was running around with a Palestinian flag, and like they had to come out and be like, "Well, this wasn't part of the show."
Oh, okay.
And this, you know what I mean? But yeah, my man went through all this like preparation, rehearsing, all of that just to like wild out. Hey. But yeah, they got him off pretty quickly. Again, back to the Serena thing though. Yeah, do you? I think yes, in a perfect world, I like to move on. I'm not really focusing on my exes, but I've never really had an ex take shots at me on a public stage and my significant other. And if she can't rap, she can't, what is she going to, you know what I mean? This is her way to get back. And it's like, yo, you know what it is. But all in all,
I liked it.
I thought it was a dope Super Bowl show. I don't necessarily know if Kendrick's that artist that's going to have those sing-along songs that a whole stadium is going to rock with in the terms of Super Bowl.
No.
But to me, I thought it was better than Rihanna. I thought it was
big time. Like, I thought Rihanna shit was... I mean, obviously, it was, she was pregnant, but that was the biggest thing out of everything.
It's on the same level as Dre and Snoop's one to me, and that had 5 artists.
What's on the?
Kendrick's is on the same level.
Okay.
Kendrick's, I think he at least hit that bar, if not beyond. I'm trying to think of Usher, maybe not, because Usher does so much with the dance and singing and all that, but it was not far behind if you're going to put him behind Usher.
So we talking about like greatest Super Bowl performances?
Yeah.
I mean, this is not that, but
it's not a bad one.
It's not a bad. No, it's not bad at all.
People coming at it like people were bored.
I mean, I get that. There's people who may not, like you say, he's not a popular artist at the end of the day. So outside of Not Like Us, you probably don't know one lyric from his songs.
Mm-hmm. Also, he could have did some. He has hits that I think were big, like a lot of songs, Good Kid, Mad City songs. He just probably didn't want to go back into his whole catalog and do what he's kind of done. He's evolved so much as an artist, I think, since then. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like I said, I think all in all,
I think if he was doing a show like, I think given the stage, performing like tracks from Good Kid, Bad City, maybe not so much.
So big of a platform, you saying?
Right. To try and give something to everybody. I mean,
You're never gonna please all the people. But definitely a good halftime show. All in all, man. Spec, since we spoke, man, the beef between 50 Cent and Big and Little Meech has not slowed down. Things have gotten to the point of disrespect. You know what I mean? 50. I think last time we spoke, I showed you the post where he posted a rat and was like, I think I'm Big Meech. And Meech felt the need, to address those rumors. So I'll play the video of Meech.
Oh, did he? I haven't heard. Okay.
I wasn't going to address this because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor. Always with me.
All right. That came out. Remember 50 was making some, there was supposed to be a Big Meech Welcome Back concert. It's going down in Miami. Meech is on house arrest there. I'm assuming he can't leave the state.
Mm-hmm.
They were going to do it in Miami. A lot of people are like, why not do it in Atlanta? Why not do it? He's from Detroit. He's where he's at. You know what I mean? It also, and I don't know anything, it's a way for Big Meech to make money.
Right.
Why not? You know what I mean? Throwing a concert was going to be at the Amerit Bank Arena, and it was canceled at the last minute. As after 50 had made threats of let's see how much of a concert is going to be when Skilla Baby starts pulling out, when Little Baby don't show up. So he started like naming artists that we necessarily ain't gonna want to rock with them. And the next thing we heard was that the venue had canceled the concert due to unforeseen circumstances. Refunds will be made at the point of purchase, they announced. And like I said, Boosie, Lil Baby, Rick Ross were among some of the concert's headliners. 50 Cent quickly went to social media, posting, I had nothing to do with this. Please stop calling my phone. I hope you have a nice day today. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm stronger than you think I am. He didn't even get to the whole post without throwing it in his face. But no, 50 is not that guy to mess with, dude. On so many levels, he's going to beat you on the social media. He's going to beat you. I mean, who knows? I don't know if this is something that 50 did, but it kind of looks like it at least. He's not really rocking with Little Meech anymore. He's definitely put that line in the sand of, you on that side now. It's 50 is not the guy.
A lesson to take from this, if you're going to do business with 50, just know what it is. Like, don't cross the man or he'll try and make, I guess, your life a living hell.
I really want to know what happened, why that came about, why Big Meech went that route. Like, or maybe he just, like you said, maybe he just didn't know how offended 50 Cent would be. But
maybe it's hard to believe that.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. It's kind of like nobody in his team said, like, I don't know if you want to mess with Ross like that because X, Y, and Z. You and your family got this going on with 50. 50 don't F with Ross like that. I don't know. You want to do that?
It's in a weird place because 50 owns the rights to their story.
Right.
Like they sold the rights to it, so they can't even like, all right, we're gonna go.
Take it somewhere else
or something like that, and he has a production company, which I don't know, but you know what I'm saying? Like 50's talking about, oh no, we're gonna keep going on with the BMF story, but now we're gonna tell from the side of like one of the ladies that they used to rock with, one of the chicks they used to rock with, and she's the one that's claiming that Beach sold. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not in a great place when someone has that level of leverage over your head.
Right.
And then, like I said, 50's so nice with the social media. Let me show you a video he posted. This is AI. Like 50 has got too much time and too many resources. You know what I'm saying? Just to be making. But my thing too, Meech might not be the one to play with because that video, he's just a little too calm for me.
No, I hear what you're saying.
He like, I ain't with all the jokes.
Like I just wonder, like, after all this time in the pit, like what his mind state is and like how he, because obviously I'm thinking when he went in, there was no social media, the internet wasn't as big as it is today. So like, how does he take all of this? Like, how does he take it all?
So many people see it. Does he?
Right. Like, so
yeah, he don't seem like he's not gonna scream and yell. I'll say that, but it's in a bad place. It really is when somebody has that level of leverage over you to be beefing with them. But it also shows you he's not the guy to play with. Like, he's taught you this on so many levels. And I think I'm happy that I never really got into the show like that because I'm like, I'd be tight if I got 3 seasons deep and now y'all not gonna finish it because you know what I mean. I think they asked one of the dude that plays Terry in the show, which is Meech's brother.
Mm-hmm.
How are you? Are you rocking with 50 now? You still cool because obviously they know Meech, Lil Meech, and him is obviously a strain. And he like, yeah, 50 changed my life. Like, it's always love for 50 to the end. And he ain't gonna say nothing stupid. He ain't got nothing to do with that's for the Meeches. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't trying to get involved with that. But he know, like, don't burn that bridge.
Got the Kermit the Frog flow. I don't know about that.
Yeah, man. Hopefully they figure that out because you know what I'm saying. It was a cool story while it lasted. Spec, since we spoke, boy, ASAP Rocky was found not guilty, man. February 18th, ASAP Rocky was found not guilty of 2 felony assault charges. Charges were from an alleged 2021 shooting of his former friend ASAP Rocky, and that guy really just folded on the stand, man. Joe, his last name starts with a T. I don't want to mispronounce it, but basically was ASAP Rocky's lawyer. He was just talking on the Breakfast Club about how that guy just folded on the stand, committed perjury. The story made no sense, you know what I mean, from day one, and that was why they felt comfortable not taking a plea deal. Some people also saying with a plea deal that light for a sentence that serious, they already knew they kind of had him on the ropes. Mm-hmm. So they were like, "No, we're not gonna fold." But yeah, it only took about 3 hours of deliberation for the jury to come to a verdict. No, I know you seen the video where Rocky jumps into Rihanna's arms and his mom's arms after the verdict was announced. So like, no, that's definitely dope for ASAP Rocky, 2 kids, billionaire wife. It'd be retarded to be in jail. It makes no sense. Like, and honestly, he's silly to find himself in a situation already. Like, you gotta separate. Like, I get it. You grew up with certain people, or you've been around certain people for a amount of years, but you gotta separate. Oh, not because of you've changed, but now they look at you as a lick. Right. And that's what obviously ASAP really did. There's recording of him talking on the phone about if they give me the 30 mil, I'll just disappear. You know what I mean? Saying nonsense. And that's unfortunately, who said it this week? It was a influencer I was listening to a podcast, and he said something to the effect of, you know, all these young influencers, they don't really, it's not like they built up a fame before they become millionaires. They kind of, I won't say it happens overnight, but it's kind of like by the time you know about them, they've already hit that point. And he's like, kind of sucks because everybody you meet from that point on, even if it seems like genuine friendship, in the back of your head, you're always like, you about to ask me for a loan for your business. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of stops you from taking the friendship to the point where it can get that deep. And I think ASAP Rocky is definitely in that position right now, and has been there for a while. But glad to see you not going to jail, ASAP Rocky. Stay out of trouble. Drop some music.
Elevate.
Yeah. Drop a collab album. That'd be dope. Collab EP, something. You know what I mean? Give us some music though. Rihanna, ASAP Rocky. We need some music from that side because y'all went through it. Y'all survived it. Y'all live to tell the story. Make some art now. Spec, since we spoke, Mayor Eric Adams of New York City has had his corruption charges at least delayed.
Yeah, indefinitely.
Yep, indefinitely. Based off of the Justice Department deciding that they wanted to drop charges against him. Looks like they kind of tried to have like a little proceeding to decide whether or not that was even should have been allowed, or at least explain why they did that, because so many prosecutors stepped down after being told by the Department of Justice to drop the case. Yeah, it kind of seems like, I mean, this is wild. All his deputy mayors stepped down. A lot of his staff that I think they kind of actually switched sides. They were willing to corroborate some of the stories against him. So it seems like they had a ton of evidence against Mayor Adams.
But
it also shows it pays to have friends in high places. Eric Adams moves like a rapper. You ain't ever know, like.
Yeah, he do.
There's something about him. There's like the brashness in which he talks. Like, hold on, I'm gonna play you some videos, but just everything about Eric Adams. But he knew when Trump was coming back. He was like, "That's my ticket."
He's not a black Trump by no stretch of the imagination. But he moves in terms of like he's authentic.
He reminds me of Jay-Z for some reason. Something about.
I feel like he doesn't move necessarily like a politician. Yeah. Like when I look at him, when I listen to him talk, I feel like that's the guy versus, that's the politician. You get what I'm saying?
I know you said this is the real him.
Yeah.
Once he's out of politics, we still getting the same Eric Adams. Yeah, I believe that too. I'll play you some videos that have dropped.
He forgives you, Negroes. Got real biblical on you.
That was. I'll play that in a second. Hold on. Oh Lord. The first one, before he hit them with the Negro, he hit them with the Negroes for a minute, but before the last one, he definitely quoted MLK, making reference to Mein Kampf, which is I guess is Hitler's book. But you know the media is like, oh, you quoting Hitler now? But this is the quote that he made.
And, you know, I remember listening to some of Dr. King's teaching, and he talked about the book Mein Kampf, and he indicated if you tell a lie long enough, loud enough, people would tend to believe it's true. And that's what you're seeing right now, modern day Mein Kampf. And so we need to break this down in its proper analysis. One of the largest voices out there that is calling for me to step down is the public advocate. I still don't know what he does, because it's hard to really serve the city when you wake up at noon.
You see, he like a rapper. He like a battle rapper, bro. He dropped these little like bars in there.
So who's that person that he's talking about?
The deputy. Oh wait, he said the public.
He said public. The public advocate.
Yeah, so maybe that's just a lawyer for the people of some sort. I don't know. That's one of, you know how there's so many positions in the government that really like, what do you do? What is it?
Elon, come fix that.
And then I didn't like how the media was trying to like because he's not quoting Hitler. You can't name a book. Like they tried to do that to Kyrie too. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie just went a little too far with the. But Eric Adams is like obviously quoting MLK there. And then the other one was the Negroes comment that he made. I didn't know this dude did the news. I know him for being the football.
Oh, wow. I've never seen him.
Kurt Menefee, isn't that his name? He used to be the sports guy on the news back in the day when I lived in the city.
I've never seen him doing like the anchor spot.
Good Day New York. Yeah, this is and that's Rosanna Scotto. She used to do it from back in the day.
Yeah, I remember her.
Yeah, but I didn't know Kurt Menefee. What? But he kind of get into it a little.
Get back to an event you had at the Gracie Mansion last night where you spoke about Black History Month, and in it you said, quote, all these Negroes who are asking me to step down, God forgive them. Are you implying that if you're black, you have to support you?
No, not at all. I'm asking for all New Yorkers to support me.
So who are you specifically talking to when you say Negroes?
Well, who has stepped down? Who has asked me to step down? If you look at that whole speech, the speech talked about the continuation of lighting your flame and continue to light and shine. And that's what we've done in this administration without change. So those who have called for me to allow my flame to prematurely be extinguished, that's who I'm talking about.
So you're saying all New Yorkers are Negroes?
Oh, Lord.
I thought I was very clear in my definition of what I said. All New Yorkers, we got 8.3 million New Yorkers, 8.3 million people didn't call for me to step down. I get just the opposite when I'm in the streets.
When I'm in the streets.
So anybody who's black who calls for you to step down, they need help from God. I'm focusing on this because your use of the word Negro has come up repeatedly over the last couple of weeks. And I think some people actually have an issue with that term.
That's the only reason why he's going from, because he used that term. I get it, but don't misconstrue.
Yeah, he's trying to like gotcha.
No, that's what he's doing. Like don't misconstrue. Like, I get you don't like the word. That's cool. You could say that, but don't try and then conflate it into something that he was not saying.
Wait, and he definitely is referring to black people that are against him. He like.
So when he said that, when he said, I didn't take Negroes as he's just talking to black people. I took it as anybody who is calling for him to step Negroes. Like now.
Like we use nigga, like the general. Like,
exactly. Like when I was, that nigga went to the store. He could have been a white dude. It wasn't, while he did use the term Negroes, I didn't take it as just black people, just Negroes as anybody. That's how I took it.
He used it as niggas, but he just couldn't say niggas.
Right. All these, exactly. All these niggas, that's not what I'm hearing in the streets.
Nah, my man tried to get in with the gotcha. I was like, damn, bro, I'll be watching on Sunday. Like, you gonna hit me with this? Nah, but Eric Adams, I think you were one of the people, like, obviously we've, at this point in our life, have been through, legal ups and downs. And I think one of the, when we were going through certain things, you had pointed out to me that you noticed, and I noticed that, like, a lot of this stuff that happens is done behind closed doors. Like, these deals are made, plea deals, things like that, don't necessarily play out in front of a jury, in front of everyone publicly. Is done behind closed doors. I think why this one is just so wild is like it's in our face.
Right. Yeah, we're seeing it all in real time.
Who's the one? And Eric Adams is the reason like people think this is a quid pro quo, which is I think I'll do this for you if you do this for me. Because he said so. Right. Like, he's the one that came out and was like, you know what I mean? Like, now I'm going to be working with the Trump administration to help with the migrant situation. It's like, well, you can't word it like that. Like, give it 2 weeks or something like that. They're just doing it in our face. And I think when it comes to the Elon, when it comes to the May Adams of it all, at least give us the respect.
So here's the thing, right? Because I hear you. But then if they're going about it the normal way and doing it behind closed doors, like, where's the transparency? Where's the transparency? So it's just kind of like, hey, listen, man.
It's the halftime show. You can't please everybody.
I'd rather it be done in my face so I know what I'm working with, what's going on, rather it be behind closed doors.
Deal with the devil that you know as opposed to the one you don't. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes 100% sense. But yeah, we gonna see what's happening with Mayor Adams. Cuomo announced he's running.
I seen that.
So we got 2 criminals. Because Adams got the corruption stuff, and then Cuomo got sexual harassment.
Yeah.
And the COVID senior citizen homes.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's coming. They gonna bring it up real quick. They was bringing up Delgado's rap career. Remember Anthony Delgado? They definitely bringing up everything Cuomo got in trouble for, bro. We're gonna move on to one of our favorite segments here at the Perfect Talk Podcast, and it's called "Have You Heard?" I hear headlines in the news, and I see if my guy Spec has heard. Man, this story, it just kept getting wilder and wilder and wilder. And it's your man Steve Smith Sr. Allegedly had an affair with this gentleman's wife. And this gentleman, Tony Martinez, decided he was not having it. Wanted to put everybody on blast.
It's not Gonzalez?
I'm seeing Tony Martinez. Tony Gonzalez is a football player.
That's what I thought it was.
Oh, you know it was Tony Gonzalez's wife?
Yeah.
Oh, nah. Tony Gonzalez, you know who Tony Gonzalez used to mess with? Jeff Bezos. You know the chick that Jeff Bezos is with? Yeah. I think that's Tony Gonzalez's baby.
So who I could have sworn it was Tony Gonzalez that
you thought it was your man from CBS?
Yeah. So who the hell is Tony Martinez?
He's not anybody. He's a citizen. Oh. But he was funny about it because I want to pull this up.
I could have sworn it was Gonzalez. I was like, damn.
I want to pull this up. The first thing he does is he goes on her Facebook and he posts, "Hi, I am Nicole Martinez, though I won't be a Martinez much longer. You see, I have been cheating on my husband, and I have been doing so with the very famous Steve Smith Sr. Pics attached for reference. I had him hidden under 3, but that's been fixed. My husband bought me a house. He stood by my side after I had been arrested twice for domestic violence, and this is how I repay him and our son."
Wow.
There's plenty of messages here, Steve. Crazy the kind of revealing messages a celebrity will send. Baltimore Ravens. I am also a member of your team band. So I guess that's what the Marching Ravens or whatever. Ravens. I believe I violated some fraternization rules by hooking up with Steve at the training facility.
Damn.
And then tags ESPN, TMZ, Carolina Panthers, Antonio Brown. He like, yo, AB, run with this.
Yo.
And then he starts posting her text, and one of the wilder ones that I'm seeing here, I can't fully see what she says, but deep is an understatement. Felt like you were going to rearrange my IUD.
Dang. He was all up in there.
Yeah, it got wilder. He calls Steve Smith at a certain point. Steve Smith answers. When he presses him, she's like, "Sorry." But I can't tell if it's like a genuine sorry or just like a sorry, nigga. Like, what you want me to do here? And then eventually he just hangs up.
Steve. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you've been fucking my wife, bro. What you gotta say for yourself?
I'm sorry.
You're sorry? You fucking knew she was married. You're not a fucking idiot, man. You're fucking Steve Smith Sr. What kind of dumb shit was that? Why are you quiet, man? Be a fucking man. Steve. You ain't a fucking man, bro. All that shit you do on fucking TV, all that shit talking you do to other people. Now someone's got you on the fucking phone, you can't even fucking man up.
Yeah, just definitely releasing a lot of dirty texts from them, a lot of stuff. Now, and then post, I think he tags also a lot of people that Steve Smith has sponsorships with, like Yeti, just different businesses and stuff like that. All right, two sides to this. I get it, bro. You're hurt. And I'm not telling anyone, that's been wronged or anything like that, how to react. But you went about it the wrong way. You went about it the wrong way, because I get it. She disrespected you. She did do wrong. There was two ways you could have went about it. You could have just walked away. It is what it is. This is, you ain't the girl for me, not who I thought you were. Move it away. What I might have done, and I'm not giving any advice, but I might have been like, let's finesse the situation. And I might have showed her what I got, my evidence, and been like, we have to run this up a little bit.
Well, he did say I brought her a house. Maybe he has money. Maybe,
Oh, you think he don't want Steve Smith money?
Maybe. Yeah. I'm just guessing because, I agree. If there was a money grab and I thought I was going to.
Well, I wouldn't say that, and I think that's extortion if it can be proven, so I'm not telling anybody out there to do that. But what I'm just trying to say is I might have went about it in a way that I could have walked away, because as much as he thinks he's embarrassing her, he's embarrassing himself. I look at you like bro, you sucker, your chick this is why your chick wanted to mess with someone else, because of this type of movement. Also, you did point out in there that he's a victim of domestic violence, which makes me be like, yo, that wasn't a red flag that maybe you shouldn't be with this girl, that you had to call the cops on her and all that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then on top of that, you're embarrassing. You sat in front of her family and got married. You did all, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, all these people are going to look at you like, yeah, she's corny, but you're corny for doing it, for going about it this way. You're corny for embarrassing her in front of all her friends and family. You broke into her Facebook, bro. Like, so to me, it's like, as much as you thought this was embarrassing, Steve Smith and Shorty, and I'm sure they're not happy that they're out. I'm just looking at homie doing it like, bro, move on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's, to me, it's like, what you going to do?
Well, do they have kids together?
Yes, I believe that was her. I'm looking at her. Wait, let me grab.
Yeah, he's hurt. It's easier said to move on. I certainly wouldn't have went about it the way he did.
Actually, I'm not sure if they have kids. Oh wait, no. Does I repay him and our son? Yep. So they have a kid together. No, he's hurt. Yeah, and it's way easy for me not being hurt to tell him how he should move. I believe, but it's like, bro, I don't know. Get your get back. In a way that doesn't make you look like a sucker. Because to me, to me, it looks like, all right, you hurt. Like, that's, we literally leaving and saying, bro, you hurt. You know what I mean? Where I think the get back he thought was going to be like, well, they're going to be embarrassed. They're going to be this and that, which might be, but your collateral damage to that too.
Yeah, maybe she'll be. I'm sure. I think Steve Smith is married and all of that stuff too. So
and with kids, his kids is getting like death threats and stuff.
Yeah. So his way of looking at it, I'm not going to be the only one hurt at the end of the day. Like,
hurt people.
So now I'm going
to hurt so many people.
And in this instance, like if this was you and you was my boy and you did that, I wouldn't even be mad at you. I wouldn't even say, I don't know if I would have did. I would like, damn, you did all that. But
well, you know what? I would vice versa. I would have been like, Spec, you're not moving right. And the only reason, the next chick is seeing this. You're gonna want to move on. She gonna be like, oh, this how you move when you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't just go from 0 to 100. You break into people's Facebooks and you doing all
it cuts all kind of ways. So
you
but
cut off your face you cut off your nose to spite your face. That's how I feel like. And also Steve Smith kids ain't cheating on you. Steve Smith's wife ain't cheating on you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, but as far as
people.
Steve Smith, like you broke up my house, and that wasn't Steve Smith who really broke up his house, so I blame the wife.
The wife broke up
but
his house,
at the end of the day, I'm not gonna be the only one out here wifeless or without anybody. Everybody going down. Period. If I'm
shooter mentality, bro.
if I'm gonna be hurt, everybody going.
And that's exactly what it is, and that's
like y'all causing my pain, so y'all gonna feel it too.
Yeah, and I'm saying this from a place where I'm not in homeboy's place. I might have honestly. After that IUD text, I'm
like, yo, I can't even rearrange her IUD. Like, are you? Come on.
I didn't know she had an IUD. He's like, this why? She had an IUD all the time. That's what I mean, though. We here laughing at him, bro, and it's sad. Like, bro, who knows? Maybe he went about it the way I said I would, and they just was like, nah, you ain't gonna do nothing. They called his bluff, and he was like, all right. All right. You know, you're gonna see how I get that. I just never think it's cool to run to social media with your,
Yes, generally speaking. But given the fact, I try and place myself in his shoes. Because I'm assuming, this caught him by surprise whenever he did find out. And if my wife did that to me and me thinking she would never do such a thing and I would be hurt, again, I personally wouldn't have gone about it that way, but I'm not even mad at him.
You gotta take what comes with that. Her brother.
At the end of the day, he has to still live with, like you said, the next girl's gonna see what he did and all. So he has to live with that at the end of the day. But hey,
her brothers and sister and her dad might want to run up on him and be like, "Bro, ain't nobody say you're not allowed to be mad, but you ain't got to embarrass our whole family."
Well, why your daughter embarrass me?
I will catch them. Yeah, talk that talk when they surround you. But she did. But also she didn't embarrass him.
She did.
She disrespected.
Well, she disrespected.
No one had to know about. No one would have ever known about this if he was.
That is true.
So you embarrassing people? No, disrespect them back. Disrespect Steve Smith. But don't take collateral damage. But like I said, it's really hard in these situations to think.
Well, I don't. So I don't know who Tony Martinez is, but I'm just gonna make it as maybe he can't beat Steve Smith.
Oh, a lot of niggas.
Yeah, so like, you can only do what you did.
Yeah. I can't throw the hands at him. I can't do this. But guess what? I don't know. I might have taken my Steve Smith retired. Them knees gotta be bad too. He might have took his shit. Steve Smith seemed like he talked a lot of shit too over his career. He might be all bark, bro. But this is, I don't know. Like I said, I can't judge, homie. Do what you do. I just, to everybody out there, I don't necessarily know if embarrassing yourself and significant others is the way to go about it, but there's millions of people that think otherwise, because that's why we have a podcast where we can talk about these people. And I'm glad it's not Tony Gonzalez, because that would.
I really thought it was Tony Gonzalez.
So you think Tony Gonzalez would have ran up on him? He would have threw them hands?
Yeah, like I was there.
Tony Gonzalez is older though. He's mad old.
No, he is.
So you think he still would have ran up on Steve Smith?
He's an ex-football player, so he's probably a hothead.
I'm like, Tony, you still could, come on. You could get supermodels, Tony. You out here on TV. You got the Superman curl going.
Your Carl Thomas in the tub on. No, not Carl Thomas.
Wish I never met her. Mario Winans?
Mario Winans in the tub.
Mario Winans is what? He's the one they just redid. That 21 Savage and The Weeknd just did.
Yeah, that one.
I can't let it go, something like that. You know what I'm talking about. We can't be singing Diddy music no more anyway. But anyway, Spec, moving on. Let me show you a video from my man Neo. And we'll talk about it after we watch it. But basically, Neo's baby moms doesn't like the way Neo's moving, and we'll show it after the video.
Your kids have questions about that? About your relationship?
Of course they do. And I answer them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Honesty. Again, I'm not lying to nobody, not even my children. Hey, this is daddy's girlfriend, and so is that, and so is that, and so is that.
You got no problem.
She gonna make you some cereal, and she gonna cook lunch, and she gonna wash your clothes, and it's all good. And it's family, it's community. That's what it's about.
You supposed to keep the Ray-Ban sticker on the glasses like that?
We like to keep the tags on our stuff.
On the glasses?
Let you know these are real.
I got this from the Ray-Ban store. All right, so Neo's situation. He's got 4 girlfriends. Basically, he was asked how does he talk about it with his kids. One of his baby moms said, "This is disgusting," even though she was part of that same situation.
Was she?
I believe it was a polyamorous. I don't know if she's part of one of four, but she might have been one of three, one of two. Hypocritical. But when I look at Neo's situation, I kind of switched sides from when I first heard about the story, because one, in that video, he describes him as that one too, that one. Even referring to girls as that one, it kind of seems like it's not as real as a significant other or someone that you're one and only. So he's like, yeah, that's my girlfriend, that one too, that one. And then to describe what they're going to be doing as cooking and cleaning for your kids is also kind of a weird way to describe it. But I've also seen other stuff where Neo talks about, because like for me, my initial reaction was like, Neo's kind of doing this for attention. Like when he doing the like, I want to walk around with 4 girls type vibes. Like to me, that seems like you want someone to stop you and be like, what's going on here? Or people, to react to it. Or
now let me ask you this. I mean, because if you just have one woman, right? You walk around with one woman.
Yeah.
So are you saying that if you have multiple, you shouldn't walk around with them?
No. You don't got to stop for the press.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You got to stop for the press and do like a little photo shoot with all of them, and then, is this your girlfriend? Also, one of those the post was on Shorty's page. It said her name in the corner. So if she starts posting you, obviously people are going to be like, wait, is she dating Neo? And then that girl. But you also don't have to answer those questions. Like, I'm sure there's athletes, rappers, naming actors that hang out with like groups of girls just because that's what they do, and they don't necessarily be like, I'm dating all of them or whatever. And I don't know if Neo is like, how black women kind of try to come at Neo when he first come out. Like, is he a little sassy? Maybe he feel like if you see me hanging with 4 girls, you might think he's my girlfriend, not my girl. You know what I mean? So he like,
I'm dicking all of them down.
Yeah. I remember the show Girlfriends. They had the one dude William. I ain't William from Girlfriends. I'm messing with all these, and y'all gonna know it. But I switched sides because he spoke about it, and he was like, I just came to the realization, monogamy not for me. And why am I going to live to try to, I'm lying to girls, I'm doing things behind their back. He's like, and I'm living a disingenuous lifestyle when I can just be like, hey, this is what I'm looking for. And the people that like that are going to be drawn to me. And that kind of made me switch sides on it in the sense of like, it's not ideal to want to explain it to your kids, but I'd rather you be doing that than be doing a bunch of chicks greasy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that'd be messed up. But like, how did you view with that? And how would you approach, I guess, that situation in kids?
So I mean, there is no there's no real right answer. I guess how he said it has to be. I mean, because you shouldn't lie about it. I don't know how you would explain it to kids. It's certainly, I agree with him. If you for whatever reason feel you can't be faithful to one woman, I applaud a man who can just be honest and like, listen, I'm not trying to be in a monogamous relationship. I want multiple girlfriends, and whoever is cool with that, we could all rock out together. I respect that as adults, right? That's how an adult relationship should be, right? We're all being honest, we have share common interest, whatever the case may be.
Like the Martinez family.
Right. But now, how do you explain that to kids per se? I mean, I don't know. You just have to be honest, I guess. It's no different than like, if you're in a same sex relationship, right? And you choose to have kids, your kids are gonna, go to school, and the typical family is gonna be male, female, and that's what
that conversation.
You're gonna have to. So the same way you would have to have that conversation, I would say this is the same way you would have to have, the multiple girlfriend conversation, right? I mean,
and I think it's real easy to be like, well, that must mean he's sitting on the couch with 4 girls in front of his kid. That must mean he's kissing up.
Not necessarily.
Maybe they all live in the same space. Maybe, and your kids are gonna ask, like,
right?
Who is this? Like, why is she sitting on the couch next to you?
It's an example now that you're setting for your, like, if you have a son, okay, well, son, you should have multiple, but that's no different than anything in life. Like if I'm
cheating, you'd be setting a bad example.
Right. If I'm cheating or if I'm beating my wife, I'm setting an example for my son there, for my daughter. Like anything you do as a parent, you're setting an example. So, how you choose to move forward in your personal relationships, as long as you're honest and just also understand that now your child may also do the same thing, but having that open dialogue, that's all you can do.
No, you bring up a good point with domestic violence or cheating or something like that in terms of setting an example, because I think I don't want to be puritanical type of person where I'm like, well, if it's not a male-female relationship, 1-on-1, then it's wrong.
Right.
Because that obviously there's a lot of different types of relationships out there, and anything outside of that norm, I think we tend to like, oh, that's weird.
Yep.
Y'all are freaky ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to put a label on it, and yeah, I think now Neo has to come to terms if. I don't know if he has daughters. Let's assume he does. Sons and daughters. If your daughters want to be part of someone's one of four, if your sons are looking at it as a one of four, now that's on him to like talk to his daughters and be like, if that's something you want to be part of, you got to know that. And I think that they were talking about this on the radio. A lot of people were hypocritical when it came. They didn't. If their sons were doing it, cool. If their daughters were wanting to be part of someone's four, they were like, I don't know. And then I think it might have been a breakfast club. I think Charlamagne goes, well, what if your son wants to be one of four dudes at a chicks mess? He's like, nah.
Hey, no, it cuts the same way. Like, period. It cuts the same way. So.
I think so. It's on Neo to really express whatever his values are to his kids. To I can't tell you how to raise your kids, but if his true form of going about it is because I don't want to deceive women, I don't want to be doing something, I want to be 100% genuine. I don't want to be disingenuous in anything I do. You're going to have to make sure that message gets relayed to your kids because if they're just seeing it, they might be doing girls.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so I think,
communication is important.
Yeah. But the way his baby mom's reacting, not calling this disgusting and this, that, and the third. At first, it was really easy to hop on that train. I'm like, yeah, Neil's doing this for attention or he doing this to stop a narrative. But no, I think it's genuinely, I'm be yourself, be your full self. And at a certain age, like, why you fronting? Why you know what I mean? Why you living your life like that? You only got so much time to live.
I mean, live your life how you see fit, and that's that.
Now, I don't know what Neil does for a living.
What he does?
Music?
He's a producer.
Does he still make music?
I mean, I don't know who he's produced for recently, but he's always, that's how he started was producer, and then he turned into an artist, and then went back to producing.
He was an exec for a while too, I believe.
So I mean, I'm sure he's in the end. He's talented, so he's
way too talented to not be.
Similar to like the Dream. I'm sure they,
Well, the Dream at least I know works with Beyonce. So it's like when he's going on the Grammy stage with her. Okay. I can't say who I've known Neo to necessarily been writing songs for. I'm sure he is.
Yeah.
The pen is too sick to not do it. So it's just like, cause really the question comes from how is he supporting 4 girls and 7 kids or how many, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot.
Yeah.
You gotta have a check coming in.
I'm sure he does.
That's NBA money. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think he performs too. I've seen him in the last 2 years at least performing. So I don't know if that's just.
Yeah, he has a catalog, all that. So, I mean, nowadays.
When I heard his name come, I was like, what does Neo do now? Like, because the first thing I thought of, how you supporting 4 women? Like, and then the kids. And then all them baby moms want child support. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. He gotta be. He's getting that check. If anything, if there's anything that I'm for sure of leaving that situation is he can afford it. Spec. Before we get out of here, we gotta take it to one of my favorite segments, and that's called Things I Seen on the Internet. I see a couple videos that caught my attention, and check them out. All right, this first one is from a streamer walking through a mall, and this is one of them life lessons where keeping it real goes wrong.
On some real shit. Like, I'll fuck you right now. With your mom? Oh, I'm so sorry.
So the voice you hear is a guy in the
background. Can I get your number and shit? We can get some food? No? Like, get some food and shit? Like, vibe out and shit? No, you not fuck with it? Like, but bitch, you look good as fuck. I'll fuck you right now, though. No? Alright, then. I can't, bro.
We could just show her the picture, girl. She ain't even answering.
Who?
One that was right here.
For her number?
Nah, you said more than that. You look so good, I'll fuck you right now.
Bro, we streaming, bro. I'm saying, bro. Like I'm saying,
oh wait.
Like I'm saying, though, bro.
It's
like,
just a prank.
Shit, we just prank like
you can't be pranking with people like that. That's disrespectful.
But I'm saying if she
some people don't take that shit.
Then that's cool. She would have said that. I would have respected that.
Mom.
I feel that.
Oh, that's your brother?
Your sister. No, I feel that. I respect that.
You feel me?
But I'm saying on some real shit. Like she would say, I feel that. On some real shit.
But bro.
Not for that. I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
But it's disrespectful.
Nah, I feel you, bro.
On everything. I'm gonna be real with you.
No, I feel you. Like,
do you want us to apologize to you?
No, I gotta
make you feel better.
It's not even apologize.
Listen, I got a sister. I got a
sister. Grown ass.
No, listen, I got a sister too, bro. I feel you, but I'm saying like
that's sexual harassment. Some people take that as like real serious, and your ass will be in trouble.
No, I feel that. I'm telling you, bro. Like I don't mean no disrespect or anything. I'm just. I'm sure I don't want your sister or anything.
Yeah, no, that's not my girl. That's my little sis.
No,
I'm just telling you straight up.
I'm saying on some real shit. Like
I'm just telling you straight up. That shit.
Well, I apologize, bro. I'm not trying to be.
You can start circling around.
Like, why are you moving?
I'm saying though, bro.
He about to throw that. hook off that right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, I feel you got a sister.
We heard you the first time you said it, though. You keep saying it.
And
he apologized.
No, listen,
bro.
I respect it. Like I'm saying, like.
That fake ass Angel Reese about to get him snubbed.
You heard him the first time.
Just the streaming shit, yeah, that's cool, bro. But some people don't take that.
It's cool. Not that ass. If she would have told me on some shit like, oh, whatever, I would have.
You know, for my mom.
Nah, I feel that.
My mom said the same shit.
Okay, it's cool. If she would have told me that, then
she should have, right?
Exactly. So now you coming up with you mean that she should have. You coming up here saying it's disrespectful. We heard you the first time. So do you want to apologize or not so we can keep it moving? Let's get it logical. Exactly. You're still standing here, baby.
But hold on, bro. There's no butter. It's you and me, bro. It's you and me, bro.
See, women,
We good. It's good, bro. It's good. It's good. You good.
You just sometimes you gotta watch what you say.
But it's cool. It's cool.
Because you saying,
I know, bro. I'm telling you.
That's not shit you say to women.
I feel you though, bro. But I'm telling you, like you and me are two different people and shit like that. You know. Now listen, if she would have said that shit to me or whatever, it would have been a whole different situation. But I'm saying you just, I don't know who you is. You random like coming up. You know what I'm saying? So it's good. Like,
right there when you said it.
Okay, I respect you. I'm saying like I got a sister too. Okay, but listen, I respect you on some shit. Like it's good, but I'm saying like don't bring her into it. Like this is my people. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. It's between you and me. It's good. It's real shit. It's good. It's good, but it's good.
Yeah. So basically, that's the video. But like, he got lucky.
I thought he was gonna hook off on him.
Yeah, no, some dude roll up with you all black hoodie.
Like, if you wasn't gonna hook off on him, I don't know why. I think because
he knew homie was like. One, he was apologetic, and two, he was shook. He started talking way faster. That wasn't how he was talking to the sister. Right. It was a lot of quick talk, and I think he seen the fear in him, and I think that's really what he wanted. Because I won't lie, I've been there before, bro. I've been like said some crazy for the joke, or you know, just for the crowd, and then somebody like notices when you ain't with your peoples no more, and like kind of creeps up on you and be like, yo, what you said earlier about that? I'm being perfect talkers. I'm being
I've had that happen, but it ain't end like that. Like I got snuffed. Like
I've been able to talk my way out of situation. That's the one thing. It never ended with that, and maybe that's what I needed.
I remember I was making fat jokes about some dude.
Yeah.
He caught me like hours late. I was by myself, just chilling. And he was like, "So what was you saying?" Yeah. Nah, I was just making jokes, bro. There's been
a few times, and usually for me, it was from saying something to a girl, and maybe she had a boyfriend, or I just didn't care about it, and I was just like, I'm saying that as a joke, thinking that she like laughed it off, and then. Later that day, he come to pick her up. He want to have a conversation. I'm like,
let me talk to you for a minute.
But you gotta, streamers, you gotta learn. There's a certain level, like you just. But he said to Shorty that you could have got duffed out like easy. Like that's crazy. I don't know if you're just doing it for the clicks or whatever the case may be, but that's nuts. And a dude with all black hoodie on and black Air Force Ones walk up on you, that could have ended a whole different way. But you gotta learn from it though. I think if that happens and you still doing the same crazy,
you ain't learn.
You ain't learn, and that's when somebody got to punch you in the mouth. The next one comes from the All-Star Games. Back. Now I don't know if you remember, but Damian Lillard had like a free, I think a half court contest where homeboy hit the shot, so they came and they threw him in the tub of money. Watch your man Kyrie though on the side over here. They said Bro went home with 999,000. instead of 993,000 instead of 100.
He definitely ain't throw it.
Oh no, Kyrie walking away when he phoned it on the way out. Kyrie like, yo, y'all owe me for all the suspensions, the COVID.
What the hell?
NBA owe me, bro. What you think about the All-Star Game this year? That whole format. I know they got a lot of.
I can't really comment because I ain't watch it, so.
Oh, really?
I didn't watch it. So.
All-Star Weekend, anything?
No, I watched All-Star Celebrity Game. I watched like the Saturday events, like the 3-point, all that, but I didn't watch the actual game itself.
It was a weird format. It was Chuck's team against Shaq's team against Candace Parker and then Kenny. But they kept doing this thing, right? So then the one, it was like play to 40. But then they'd have like a 20-minute break in between. I'm like, the next two teams ain't play yet. Like, start the next game right away.
What they doing? Like,
Little president. They had Kevin Hart come out and he's talking to Shaq and the players of the next. But I'm like, y'all wasting mad time. And then in the middle of one of the games, it wasn't even like the end of the game. They did a whole like tribute to them.
To who?
Shaq, Kenny,
Ernie?
Chuck, and Ernie, because I guess TNT don't got the contract no more for All-Star games. It's
Oh, they switched it.
NBC and Amazon got down with it now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
but they're keeping inside the NBA.
Which I don't understand how they doing. I think they might keep it like as a Turner product, but like let it air on ESPN. I don't know how they're gonna do it on one of these other things, but they all said they still signing with Turner. Okay. Which I'm like, if Turner lost their basketball contract.
Well, did Turner lose the basketball, or did they just lose the All-Star game?
That I don't have full thing about, but you got to figure if Amazon's getting in the game, because I know Amazon's definitely getting in, because I know Blake Griffin's working over there on part of their team, and now NBA, remember NBA on NBC? They bringing it back. So you know what I'm saying, and they was trying to hire.
But in terms of TNT, they only had like one day out the week, maybe 2 days.
They do Tuesday, Thursday.
Yeah, Tuesday, Thursday.
But then they keep the same staff for the NBA TV. So like, don't they like sometimes appear on like?
Yeah, it's like in the chain. Like I know, like Shaq be going back and forth.
We'll talk to Candace Parker and they be on the table with them. Yeah, so like that, I don't know who owns what and then how they gonna do it. But it seems like they want to keep them working because they like the product, so they gonna have them go over there. LeBron had caught some smoke for the way that he handled the All-Star situation because he just showed up late. I think showed up on Sunday. They were like, well, that could have been someone else's spot. But I think LeBron's in his effort era. He like, I ain't checking for none of y'all. No, they got to do something with the All-Star format though, because the way that they are going about it, like people didn't like it.
Yeah,
I didn't like it. Even Trey Young, right? That's his name. The basketball, on the Hawks. Yeah, he was just like, "Yo, bro, how you gonna have like 20-minute breaks in the middle?"
A lot of people. I mean, Draymond said it's trash, and he was like, he was working. Like he said it's trash.
It was weird that they went about it. So hopefully they could figure out another way. Zelensky stops by the White House and kind of gets pressed by.
They DP'd that dude.
And if you look, there's mad other people there behind JD Vance and behind Trump too. They was all kind of just like getting at him.
Well, I wish Zelensky just start hooking off on all these. They teaming up on.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this.
Yelling at him like he a kid.
Say thank you. I said a lot of times to American people. Except that there are.
What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
What are you talking
about? The kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring it into this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine? Did you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
Everybody has problems. Even you. But you have nice ocean and don't feel now. But you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God bless. You will not have war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly what you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
Meaning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. It's back to you. Far more than a lot of people.
He said we don't respect you, sound like.
I said thank you once. This entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, you said thank you.
Today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Yeah, man. They even went as far to make fun of his outfit. They was going hard at Zelensky, bro.
Talk about bullying.
I mean, from Zelensky's standpoint, I mean, he probably saw this coming, but it's America switched sides on him. You know what I mean? Like, but that's what happens.
I mean, we knew. I mean, yeah. I mean, we knew. Like, you know, obviously, Biden administration supported them, and Trump, even before he got in office, was saying
dropping bars like, hints pretty much about how he felt about it. Yeah. Well, but I mean, shout out to Zelensky. I mean, it's took balls to want to come and stand in that room. I don't know a lot of people that would have, or a lot of people would have just bent the knee.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people just going, thank you, JD. Thank you for all your help. You're like, I said thank you like 30 times. You ain't gonna tell me to say thank you. So it's not looking great for Ukraine. I'm divided on it, and I think the American people are also. Obviously, this war's been going on for so long. You don't see Ukraine flags like we saw 3 years ago. Like people just
I mean, at the end, it's our attention's like this has been going on too long.
Another war started in Israel, Palestine. So it's just like our interest isn't the same. So you don't have the support that I think you would have, or even just the switch sides where people would have the compassion for it. They're kind of like, well, why we keep giving them money and then we ain't getting we hurting here for eggs. You know what I'm saying? So it's a catch-22, but it looks like this might be Europe's problem moving forward because we trying to get some minerals out of them. Trump like, yo, you owe us, bro. You owe us for the pack, bro.
Crazy.
This guy, it wasn't no loan, bro. Trump is hurting people left and right.
Big time.
I don't necessarily hate it.
I mean, it's hard for me to get mad because at the end of the day, if results come from his actions, how he goes about it is what it is. I mean, results. At the end of the day, that's what people care about. And so the fact, I hate to say this, but in terms of respect, I respect more the person who, all right, I may ask, but if you don't give it to me, I'm just gonna take it.
Yeah.
Period. Like I'm not gonna keep asking. So I'll give you the opportunity to do the right thing once I ask. And if you can't do the right thing, and that's when
you're right. And since we've been young, we've seen our government give countries money. I've grown up, and you know this as well, that we're doing that for influence more than the kindness of our hearts.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when Trump was brought up, like, yo, give us something back, I'm kind of like, word. Like maybe y'all should be giving us a little something back. You know what I'm saying? Like if we gonna put out.
We put out a lot. And don't get a lot back at the end of the day, historically speaking. So,
and like I said, I know it's we want influence in these countries.
And we're hurting.
Exactly.
So that's the thing. When you
combine the two things, you got a crazy wealth gap here. You got that. And it's like Trump's term was really easy the first time to be like, nah, black and white. Like, this is good, this is bad. Some of it's a lot of gray area now. And I think that's why you see MSNBC like doing a shakeup because it's like, you might want me to hate on this, but I'm like, yo, if he could get us back some money as a country, you know what I'm saying? Now, if that'll ever directly affect me, I don't know.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's like, well, it seems better than just throwing money out to a war that we are thousands of miles away from.
Right.
But Spec, that is another episode in the books. Where can my people find you on social media, bro?
Nowhere.
You can find your guy DJ Playboy on Twitter, now known as X, at DJ Playboy. You can find me on Instagram at Plickapeezy, PLICCAPEEZY, and you can find me, The Perfect Talk Podcast, actually, on Instagram as well, at Perfect Talk Radio. So go follow us, you know what I'm saying, on those platforms. Also go check out the YouTube, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hop in the comments, share with a friend, show some love. The algorithm loves that, you know what I mean? Tell a friend to tell a friend, and we doing big things over here. And also check out the website, www.perfecttalkpodcast.com. Every episode of the Perfect Talk Podcast, everything DJ Playboy right on there, and of course we got the merch, so make sure you go check it out. Get yourself like a little mug, you know what I'm saying? Get yourself a t-shirt, whatever we got going on over there, you can find it right there on perfecttalkpodcast.com. Spec, I'm tired. I'm up out of here, bro. I appreciate you coming through. Happy birthday.
Thank you,
brother. You 41 now. How's that feel? Grown man status?
Hey. Old.
I can't even complain about being tired. You got the right to say tired. You the old man in the group. But we up out of here, y'all. Spread love is the Brooklyn way, and we'll catch you next time.
Peace.